Hello and welcome to Yoga with Alexandra. I'm Alexandra, aka Flower Yogi. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. This will be a more advanced practice as we will be doing twists in our inversions. So that means headstand and shoulder stand primarily. If you are still working on your headstand or you want to work on your headstand, I have a great video, Prepare for Headstand, that will help get you ready for this practice. You're welcome to opt out of whatever is not in your practice, in your body today, but we will get started standing at the top of the mat. So feet together about 8 inches from the top of the mat, finding a nice long spine, hands at your sides. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms come together. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, forward fold. Fingers in line with the toes. Inhale, right foot steps back, lower the knee, look forward. Retain the breath, left foot steps back, high plank. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead or chin. Inhale, coming forward, cobra. Exhale, going back, inverted V or downward dog. So we're just going to warm up with a couple rounds of sun salutations to prepare the body for our inversion practice. On an inhale, right foot steps forward, look up, drop the hips. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, palms come down at your sides. One more on the left side. Inhale. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, forward fold. Feel free to bend the knees as you go down. Inhale, left foot steps back. Lower the knee, look forward. Retain the breath, right foot steps back, high plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and forehead. Inhale, coming forward, cobra. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Lower the knee, look up. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, reach up, arch back. And exhale, hands come down at the sides. Bring the hands parallel to the mat, lift up onto the toes, heels are lifted. And as you exhale, drop the seat, lower your way all the way to your back. Just warming up the legs, getting the core ignited with some single and double leg lifts. We'll center ourselves on the mat and then sending both legs out long, feet together. Hands can be pressing down at your sides or just kind of resting at your sides. On an inhale, right leg lifts towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Exhale, lower it down. Keep the legs straight as you lift. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right. Keep it lifted as you grab the back of the thigh, interlacing the fingers around the leg. You can grab the thigh or the calf. Just try to avoid grabbing the knee or behind the knee. And breathing here, feel that nice opening through the back of the leg, the hamstrings. And on an inhale, lift the nose. You can bend at the elbows as you walk the hand maybe all the way up towards the foot or interlacing peace fingers around the big toe. Wherever you are, just bringing the leg a little closer to the chest. Keep that bind. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the head. Try to maintain the bind on the leg or the foot. And then gently release, sending the leg out long. Inhale, left leg comes up. Interlace the hands around the thigh or the calf. Breathing here, again, keeping that leg as straight as possible. As you gently pull it in towards your chest. And on an inhale, lifting the head, walking the hands farther up the leg if you can, maybe interlacing fingers around the toe. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, keep the bind to lower the head down. Staying for a round of breath, just feeling that opening in the back of the leg. And exhale, gently release the bind, release the leg. Beautiful. We'll come into our double leg lift. So hands can come down at your sides, palms pressing into the mat. If you want a little more core engagement, you can interlace the fingers behind the head. Elbows out wide. Feet together. Inhale, lift both legs up. Exhale, lower it down. If you're having any back pain, you can also bend the knees as you come up and then straighten them towards the sky. Just finding what variation works for you, keeping the low back engaged, pressing into the mat. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you lower down. Try to do 5 more on your own time. Try to do 1 more if you can. And then lowering the legs all the way back to the mat. Releasing the arms at your sides. Widen the legs, toes falling out. Taking some breaths here in a mini shavasana as we prepare to go into our inversion practice. Feeling that rush of energy, of heat in the body. And on an inhale, stretch the fingers away from the toes. Big full body stretch. And exhale, soften, bend the knees, roll to one side. And gently press your way up to come forward into child's pose. Melting the hips down towards the heels. Hands can come back by the heels. Taking some breaths here, feeling the belly expand and press into the thighs. Beautiful. Start to walk the hands forward underneath the shoulders, pressing your way up. So if you have any back or neck injuries, if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure or are pregnant or in the heaviest stages of your menstrual cycle, I do not recommend doing inversions. I would maybe find a more gentle practice for today. But if not, let's get started. And then moving into your headstand. So for those of you who are established in headstand, just make your way up into a still pose. We're going to just hold it as we warm up the body. So grabbing opposite elbow, interlace the hands, bringing the crown of the head down to the mat, catching the back of the head with your fingers, and then lifting the knees, lift the hips, walk the toes in closer towards the elbows. And when you're ready, bending one knee and then the other, pausing for a few breaths at each stage. And when you're ready, lifting the knees towards the ceiling, towards the sky, straightening up. And when you're ready, lifting the feet, stacking feet over pelvis, over heart, over head. So we're just going to breathe here. good to stay in your headstand for about a minute before we add any inversions. We'll actually come back down, but this is just kind of warming up, getting the body used to being upside down. And when you're ready, start to bend the knees, bring them back into the chest while the lower one foot and then the other, and meeting back in child's pose. Hands down by the feet, and then pressing your way up. You can just watch the screen for this first round as I show you how we'll be twisting. So resetting, grabbing opposite elbow, and then interlace the hands, going into your headstand, lifting the hips, walking the feet in, and lifting the knees. So hugging the knees into the chest, start to gently lift the knees towards the ceiling, towards the sky, straightening out, and then extending the feet. And again, we'll breathe here. I hope you're just watching and not trying to watch upside down. It'll be a little easier if you can see where we're going. So to start, we will bring the soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide, like we're in a cobbler's pose. Heels can come in towards your seat. And then gently, keeping that strong base in the elbows, we'll turn to one side, just turning with the abdomen, and then come back to center. Turn towards the other side, come back to center. You can do that a couple times, and then we'll extend the legs back towards the sky. You might feel a little straighter, and then gently twisting right and left and right and left, and then coming back to center. And when you feel ready, bending the knees, hugging them back into the chest, lower one foot down and then the other, and we'll meet back in child's pose. So really important to stay in child's pose and until you feel like you've caught your breath. So we'll do that together. So just make sure your area is clear. If you want to put like a soft pillow or mattress in front of you, falling is not fun. It's not the worst thing, but it's not fun. And you should never turn your head. So that's why I really want you to kind of watch and then practice. So if you're ready, you can come into your child's pose. So when you're ready, you can set up for headstand, grabbing opposite elbow, and then interlacing the fingers, and sending the hips up and back, pressing the crown of the head down, walking the feet up and in, bringing one knee in towards the chest and then the other. When you feel sturdy there, taking a few breaths, you can start to lift the knees towards the sky. Again, breathing at each point, at each stage. And lifting the toes towards the sky, straightening out. And trying to breathe here before you twist. The key for doing any variation in headstand is you don't want to make yourself so tired that you can't come out safely. So if you feel yourself starting to shake, just gently lower back down. So with our first variation, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide. And you can stay here, or if you feel ready, gently twisting the abdomen towards the right And back to center and twisting towards the left. And back to center. When you're ready, extending the feet towards the sky, straightening the legs. And that might be enough. You might come down from here, or you might take that twist. Same thing, we twist the abs towards the right and towards the left. Keep pressing firmly into the elbows, into the top of the head. If you feel your weight start to get, unstable, just gently come out. And we'll all make our way back down, bending the knees into the chest and lowering one foot and then the other as we come back to meet in child's pose. Allow yourself time to rest here. Beautiful, and gently coming up from your child's pose, shifting onto the back. Coming to your back, find a Shavasana, bringing the feet nice and wide. Arms at your sides. Bringing the feet together, pressing the palms into the mat. You can kind of shimmy the shoulders a little closer together, and on an inhale, lifting both legs towards the sky. Lift the hips, support the low back as we come into shoulder stand. So you can kind of walk the hands down the back. If you need to adjust, bend at the knees, bringing them in towards the head as you straighten up. And just feeling here that shift of energy, shift of blood flow. And you can bring the soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide as you support the back, taking that gentle twist side to side. And straightening the legs and lowering the hips down as we bring the right foot back behind us for a half plow, and then lifting the toes up and bringing the left toes down, half plow, bringing both feet up and then both feet back behind the head. If you can touch the feet to the ground, you can bring the hands to the mat. Otherwise, keep supporting the low back. Pressing into the heels, pulling them away from the body. Nice deep stretch through the whole back. And then we'll walk the feet over towards the right corner. This might be enough, or you can bring the knees down next to that right ear, or maybe also the tops of the feet touch down. Hands again still pressing into the mat or supporting the low back. And we'll start to straighten the legs, walk back through center and over to the left side. Nice little twist here, keeping the legs straight or bending the knees to bring them down next to the ear. And when you're ready, straightening the legs, walk back through center, back to your plow, support the low back, lift the legs one at a time back into your shoulder stand, and then lowering the legs about 60-degree angle, bring the hands to the mat using the arms as brakes, roll one vertebra at a time all the way to your mat. Beautiful. Roll the head side to side, releasing the neck. And we'll counter that with Matsyasana, fish pose, bringing the feet together, bring the hands underneath the glutes or the seat, palms pressing down into the mat. Try to bring your elbows as close together as possible so that if you're looking at your body from above, you wouldn't be able to see the arms, or as much of them as you can. And on an inhale, press into the elbows, lift the chest, and exhale, let the head fall back, keeping most of that weight into the elbows. Breathing into the belly here. And on an inhale, lift the head just enough to roll down. Release the arms at your sides. Taking the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers and just lifting the head with the arms, looking towards the toes. Looking to the right and to the left. And back to center as you lower all the way down. Beautiful. Hug both knees into the chest. Give yourself a good squeeze and then allowing the knees to fall over towards the left side. Gaze over your right shoulder. Beautiful job today. It's not easy to balance in inversions, let alone twist in them, so give yourself a good pat on the back. And even if you didn't get to do everything in today's practice, just notice what happens when you keep coming up, when you keep showing up on your mat. Keep doing the work to improve your practice, and just notice those subtle everyday shifts. And coming back to center, hug the knees in and over to the right as you look over the left arm. Taking a deep breath in, and coming back to center. Roll side to side one more time, and then you can Either stay on your back or shift to one side as you press into a seat where we'll close today. Finding a nice cross-legged seat if you have come up, and just feeling that connection of tailbone into the mat, into the ground, that lightness in the head as we're oriented correctly in our body. Taking a deep breath in and a long sigh out. Bringing the hands together at the heart, thumb not close to the third eye. One final breath in together to close. And exhaling, bowing to yourself, your body, your practice. Thank you so much for showing up. Please like, comment, subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. And we'll see you next time.